I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Friday, January the 30th, 2015. IDF forces last night arrested two Palestinian men who were armed and were said to have been trying to cross the border between Gaza and Israel in order to carry out a terror attack in Israel. Security officials told Israel's Army radio that the two were carrying hand grenades, a knife, and a screwdriver, and had planned to attack civilians or soldiers in a town near the border. Israel's Defense Minister Moshe Ya'alon held security meetings today with IDF commanders along Israel's northern front, following the attack by Hezbollah from Lebanon on IDF forces on Wednesday that left 2 IDF soldiers dead and 7 others wounded. Ya'alon also spoke with Spain's defense minister today following the death of a Spanish UNIFIL peacekeeper who was inadvertently killed during Wednesday's incident, apparently when IDF forces returned fire in response to the Hezbollah attack. Ya'alon extended his condolences to Spain and said that Israel is investigating the incident and will cooperate with UNIFIL and with Spanish officers. The defense minister also visited the wounded IDF soldiers together with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, where both leaders pointed a finger at Iran for the deadly attack. Netanyahu said the Islamic Republic was using terrorism in the Middle East and in the whole world. He said it's totally clear that this incident is tied to the Iranian strategy to challenge us, whether from Lebanon, the Golan Heights, or if they can, from the Gaza Strip and other arenas. Adding that Iran is trying to uproot us from here, they won't be successful. Meanwhile, Hezbollah chief Hassan Nasrallah said his terror group would not be deterred. In his first televised speech since the attack from Lebanon, Nasrallah said Israel must understand that Hezbollah is wise but not frightened and always ready for war, warning that Hezbollah had the right to, quote, confront the enemy at any time, place, or manner. He also referenced the, quote, unity of the cause and the unity of the fate of Lebanon, Syria, and Iran. 75 U.S. senators have signed onto a letter pledging to not support aid to the Palestinian Authority until the U.S. administration reviews the Palestinian appeal to the International Criminal Court. The letter, sent yesterday to U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry, was initiated by Democratic Senator Kirsten Gillibrand of New York and Republican Senator Marco Rubio of Florida. In it, the senators state that current law prohibits economic assistance to the Palestinian Authority if the Palestinians initiate an ICC investigation of Israeli nationals or actively support such an investigation, writing that while they believe humanitarian support needs to continue to the Palestinian people, they will not support aid to the PA while a review of the ICC appeal is underway. Pro-Israel lobby, the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, or AIPAC, praised the letter, saying that the Palestinian effort to seek an ICC investigation of Israel is a direct attempt to delegitimize Israel's right to self-defense against Hamas terror, referring to Israel's war this summer with Hamas in Gaza. Last week, leaders of the House Foreign Affairs Committee signed a bipartisan letter to Kerry as well over the Palestinian turn to the ICC, warning that the ICC appeal makes the prospect of peace with Israel much more difficult to achieve. Christian leaders and scholars from across the U.S. are gathering in Tampa, Florida today for a symposium on Judaism and Israel. The Christian Leadership Initiative, or CLI, Alumni Study Symposium is co-sponsored by the Shalom Hartman Institute of Jerusalem and the American Jewish Committee. It introduces prominent Christian leaders to the main ideas of Jewish ethics and faith, the meaning of Israel, religious pluralism, and more. This year's theme is Land and Jewish Identity in Israel and North America. AJC's Director of Interreligious and Intergroup Relations, Rabbi Noam Marins, said the Alumni Study Symposium is another step toward realizing our dream of a multi-cohort CLI community that will have an indelible positive impact on Christian-Jewish relations. The Jewish Week reports that the Ruderman Family Foundation will award its second annual Morton E. Ruderman Award in Inclusion to Jewish self-advocate for people with disabilities Ari Ne'eman. Ne'eman will receive the $100,000 award, which recognizes an individual who has made an extraordinary contribution to the inclusion of people with disabilities in the Jewish world and the greater public. Ne'eman, who was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome when he was 12, is president of the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network, and in 2009, President Obama nominated him to the National Council on Disability. Ruderman Foundation President Jay Ruderman said Ne'eman was an inspiration to millions of people with disabilities around the world. And turning now to our programming for tonight, Friday, January the 30th, live Shabbat services are coming up at 6 o'clock from New York City's Central Synagogue, followed at 7:30 by a Shabbat Shirah concert with Jules Frankel. At 8:30, former director of the Mossad, Meir Dagan, talks about Iran and Israel, and at 9 on the Jewish Film Festival, the Eish HaTorah film Obsession Radical Islam is shown. Then at 10:30, Muzika, featuring Israeli singer and actress Marina Maximilian Blumen. That's tonight on JBS and jbstv.org. And that's the JBS News Update for Friday, January the 30th, 2015. I'm Teisha Bader. Shabbat Shalom.